Hey everyone, I hope you had a great week last week, and I wanted to record this team call as we are entering into the end of June. I cannot believe it. Wow, this month went fast. So there are still several days left, and so I just want to encourage you to really take a look at where you're at. I want you to assess how many income producing activities did you execute in the month of June? How many events and how many one-with-ones, okay? Take a look at that and be real with yourself as far as what you really did. I think the biggest trap of this business is that you can think about it a lot, but it's the doing of it that makes the difference. And as you take a look at that and look at where you're at in web stats, I want you to see the correlation between income producing activity and what ends up showing up in your volume for the month. Because I always call it web stats because that's what it was called forever. Sorry, I'm going to try to learn just to call it team reports or whatever it is now in the new system. But I want to give you some encouragement. I want you to know that anything is possible. Anything is possible. And there are so many things you guys know that I love about this business. But one of the big keys to this business is to get in touch with what you're excited about, what you're passionate about, what your purpose is, and get moving on it. And when you're looking at income producing activity, obviously sales, is an outcome, and looking at your team reports. But what I want you to celebrate is what you did for your business, okay? Everything that you do for your business is a good thing, everything. And mailing out the samples, that's a good thing, and following up. And I know that there are a bunch of you that I talked to this month that we were really talking about the follow-up and setting that up correctly, and how is it, how can you make sure that you do connect with them afterwards. And a lot of that is in that initial, point of contact when you are asking if you can, drop samples off or a tester kit or send them samples. But I want you to understand and celebrate that every action is something to celebrate. Every action is a forward action. And I'm loving reading this book, Failing Forward, because it really talks about if you got through the first chunk, which that was the assignment, so hopefully you did. It really talks about this is all in perspective. And failure is something that we blow up in our mind, that we have all these fears about. But if you really start changing your perspective on what is failure really, and that it's absolutely a stepping stone to learning and being successful. Failure is not a final event, as he talked about in the book. It's a momentary outcome where there's other things to come. But we do act as if things don't have the result that we wanted to, that there must be something wrong. It must be a sign. It must be, maybe I'm not cut out to do this, or all of that jibber jabber. That kind of talk in your head, you got to knock that out. You really do, because it literally is self-defeating. And the only person that's saying that is you in your head. No one is going around being like, oh yeah, I could have told you that event wasn't going to work or whatever. We do that ourselves. So I want you to really take charge of your mindset, because we all have the same Arbonne, right? We all have the same Arbonne. And when you play the game, play this like a game. And even though, here's what I want you to understand. I know that this is meaningful. I know you started this for a reason. You started this to make a financial impact for yourself and the people that you love, at whatever level that is for you. But here's the thing. If you make this more out of a game, and it's a game of action and going out there and swinging the bat, then you won't get stymied as much. You won't be focusing, if you stop focusing on the outcome so much, but focus on, am I getting better? Am I building up my confidence? Am I getting better at inviting people to things? Am I getting better at booking things? Am I getting better at sharing the Arbonne story? Are you getting better? That's what you should care about. Because of course, as you practice, as you do those things, you should be getting better, right? But I love the quote in the book, gosh, it's page 48 in Failing Forward, where it says, if you always do what you've always done, then you will always get what you've always gotten. And so I want you to think about, this month, what did you do? What did you not do? Not from a place of beating yourself up at all, because that doesn't do any good. Like, it doesn't do you any good, but just coming from a place of, okay, I let 10 days go by where I really didn't do anything for my business. And sometimes you know that ahead of time, like maybe you were taking a vacation, so you front loaded or back loaded your month. Okay, that's what should be happening, but maybe you didn't. It is what it is. And, take a look at, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do differently, this week going into July. Okay. Because what we do right now over the next several days does tee up what starts happening in July. And July can be an incredible, incredible month. It can be an absolutely incredible month. So I want you to really, I hope you're starting to take hold of, gosh, have I had the wrong perspective on failure? Someone telling me no, is that failing? No, that is not failing. That is, you are taking the action, you are asking, you're sharing the story. Somebody didn't see it for themselves right then. Who cares? There's a lot of people out there. A lot of people out there. And so your job is to make sure that you're telling yourself the right messages, because what you tell yourself, you're going to get, right? If you tell yourself that you're a failure, guess what? You are going to fail. But for instance, I had an event that I personally hosted on Thursday where I invited a lot more people, there were a lot of people that I've never invited to something. And you know what? I had 4 people that showed up. I had 4 people, but it was still totally successful, because here's why. Out of me inviting people, there are a lot of follow-up conversations that are set, because there were obviously a bunch of people that couldn't come. Now there are also a bunch of people that never even responded, didn't even respond to me. Okay. Which I'm like, oh, that's so rude, but oh well. Who knows what's happening in their life? And people aren't trying to be rude. They just have their own life going on. So I'm not taking it personally. I'm not thinking, oh, she was annoyed that I invited her. She doesn't ever want me to invite her again. No, I'm not thinking that. And I'm going to note when I invited that person. I'm going to make sure, depending on who they are, like I'm going to invite them again. I'm not going to be a bugger, but I'm going to invite them to something again. But there were a lot of things that came out of the inviting, where this week I'm following up with certain people and having conversations and saying we should go to coffee, or you should come over and check out some of the new stuff, or there's stuff that happens. But are you looking at it from that perspective, or would you be looking at it as, oh my gosh, I invited 50 people and 4 people showed up? That is awful. I'm not thinking that at all. I'm thinking there's a lot of great things that are coming from it, as well as the 4 people that showed up. It was awesome. And one of them, we are going to sit down and talk about doing the business, and she would be fantastic. So there's, the perspective that you have on the things that you do literally can make or break you, because this business is about your mindset. And what I want you to learn as you are on your Arbonne journey is that, guess what? How you play the game of life is about your mindset, okay? And so this isn't just about Arbonne. This is about how you live your life and how much joy and fun and freedom and feeling like you make a difference and have a purpose and an impact, and you feel balanced and fulfilled. That is a mindset. It's not about the circumstances around you all the time. It's what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? So we are this week. You guys, I want you to continue reading Failing Forward. It is close week. So what we're going to do, as I was looking at it, I think that this next section is about, well, yeah, so it's like, it's about 40 pages, which isn't that bad. So let's try to get through this next section of the, do you mind changing your mind? Okay, do you mind changing your mind? And that's also why I bring up mindset, is I'm pretty positive that he's going to really be talking about your mindset in this next section. And that's going to really help you as you get more control over realizing what's going on in your head and how to combat it, the better off you will be in this business. But back to the quote that I said, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. So I want you to think through also this month, and what did you do to tee yourself up for success? Or are you scurrying at the end to try to make your $2,500 brick, or try to finish that qualification or get into qualification? Okay, what are you doing to set yourself up for success? And I think the study of success is fascinating, because I truly believe that most of the time we have more of a fear of succeeding than we do of failing. And the reason why is because when you succeed, your world does change a bit. Things change. But if things don't come to fruition, nothing really changes in your life. Okay? So are you setting yourself up for success? And I really noticed how, with going on a trip and everything, like getting out of my routine, that I wasn't setting myself up for success. And I hadn't been saying my goal card. Well, I've totally been saying my goal card. Fun things are happening. And it's only been, like a little over a week of me doing that. And so again, I'll ask you, are you saying your goal card? And what is it? And is it something that is believable? Because if you were saying that you were going to go in a qual for area manager this month, but you're sitting at $1,500 in volume and you don't really have anybody on your team, guess what? That's not a good goal, because inside, you need a small team in order to be an area manager and have the leverage that this business has to offer. So set good goals. And if you need help with that, that's exactly what your upline is there for. That is exactly what your sponsor, your upline area manager, or me, that's what we're here for. So ask about that. But make a decision that this week is going to be different. You're going to do some different things in order to get a different result. And what I mean by that is, decide that if you only made phone calls on Monday and Tuesday last week, and then you let the rest of the week get away from you, then make a decision that you're going to make sure that you get 5 phone calls in every day this week. Every day. Okay? So decide what that different is. It's not that our reach out methods are different. Doing group presentations and one-with-ones, that doesn't change. It's just, are you doing enough? And we have a saying in the industry that when you're just, doing the minimum, this business can be difficult, because it's kind of like you're not getting over the hump to get momentum. So it's like water skiing, since we're in the summer, where the boat is not going fast enough for you to pop up onto the water. If you've ever water skied, or at least hopefully maybe you've seen it on TV, when it's not going fast enough, you literally would be taking in water. Like, talk about misery. And it's so hard on your arms. Like it takes like crazy more energy. But if you will do more, and you hit the gas more on that boat, you pop up and you are on top of the water. And there's some work involved, but it is not nearly the amount of work as when you're just doing a little bit under. Okay? So I want you to think about our system, and I want you to look at the 10 income producing activities, and I want you to think, well, gosh, it probably would be easier for you to do this business if you did 10 or more activities than it was for you to do 5 or 6. And I know that seems like that doesn't make sense because doing 10 or more takes more time. It is easier to do more because you get into a rhythm and you get better. So you do enough to start seeing results for things to really start happening than to do less. So I really encourage you to, get some income producing activities, get some more booked this week. If if you haven't done your 10, see what you can get to. The other thing is the Jump on July promotion that ends June 30th. So again, we're trying to make sure that we close our month on Wednesday, the 29th, because then we have a day to play with if there are issues with events or, something with the system or your credit cards or whatever it is. So really work, the next 2 days to just get that volume in. Okay, get it in. Make sure you're calling people and reminding them to take advantage. Getting that $50 product. You guys, these products that they put on that list are awesome. Awesome. And so many of them are more than a $50 value, which is super duper cool. So make sure that your preferred clients take advantage, that they don't miss out on the Jump on July. Okay. I'm sorry, Jump on June. And then the other thing that I want to make sure that you know is that for preferred clients to renew, for those of you that are working on renewals, preferred clients to renew, you need to, if they're not placing an order, which I don't know why they wouldn't place an order, especially with this, this Jump on June thing, but you have to put an item in your cart and then it'll show up at the bottom of your cart to add your renewal. And then you could delete out the product if they don't want anything and just do their renewal. But that's what they need to do, number one. If you have consultants, people who are not necessarily building, but they have that deeper discount, right? We lovingly call them the referral consultants. You guys, the surefire way for a consultant to renew is to go under manual renewal and manually renew themselves. It does not let you add products or anything like that, but it's a different deal. I know that there are some people that have been able to do it within their shopping cart, but it depends on the timing of when they do it, and it is not across the board. So what I'm advising people when they are consultants, I say, hey, it's time to renew, and you must renew. You guys, they have to renew in their renewal month. They do have a 30-day grace period, okay? But you don't want to tell them that. But once they get past that 30-day grace period, you guys, it's gone. They would have to completely re-sign up, and they lose their preferred clients if any of them have preferred clients that are attached to them. So you really don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that they go, they log in, they go under me and manual renew, just click on that and have them renew. Okay. So that is important. The final thing that I want to make sure to say is that I want every single one of you to earn the brick call from Jerry Rosenthal. You need to earn the brick call from Jerry Rosenthal. It is absolutely fantastic. You guys, he is someone that I personally pay monthly to get on group coaching with him. Okay. He is absolutely knock your socks off amazing. And every month that I'm participating and paying for his coaching, he is giving me an opportunity to let my team, people on my team, get on a coaching call with him so that you guys can get a taste of what the VPs, what we get a taste of as we're in these VP coaching groups. And if do not let that go to waste. There were some of you that were so close to 2,500, ridiculously close. Don't let it go to waste. You put in that order for the shampoo or whatever you need to do to get to the 2,500 so that you can have access to that phone call. Because this month's was out of this world. Out of this world. Out of this world. So make sure, get to your brick. It doesn't matter if you have a team or not. We all should be doing our $2,500 brick. And remember, start keeping track of how many preferred clients you have. Because as you're building this business and as you're sharing Arbonne, you will notice that your preferred clients like start to add up. And 100 preferred clients will mean that that $2,500 will come over and over and over again. Okay. Of course, you're going to be giving them good customer service, but those orders will come in and you'll maintain 2,500. So see where you're at. Do you have 15? Do you have 20? Do you have 55? Do you have 75? Like, how many preferred clients do you have that you can take advantage of, so that this business really does start working for you and giving you more of that freedom and flexibility? So make sure to get to your 2,500. The nation meeting, for those of you who are local here in Kansas City, is going to be with Marcy Van Beber's team on Tuesday, July 5th. So is that right? Yeah, Tuesday, July 5th. Same place that it usually is in it's called the Stanley and Lee Summit. And the final is make sure you get signed up for Jerry Rosenthal coming to Kansas City in August. It is going to fill up because it is a small space. So hurry up and get your seat. Please, 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 please. You don't want to miss it. And the impact training that's coming in September. And there is going to be a special incentive that will be coming that you guys can earn, so that you can have a special time with my friend ENVP Molly Guile, who is 4 wide. She has promoted 2 national vice presidents in the last year and a half, which is crazy. So she's awesome, awesome rock star. So my final thoughts are this. Take charge of your mindset. Have fun with this business. This business is stinking fun, but you've got to choose it and decide to have fun with it, and just be swinging the bat. Swing the bat and be focusing on getting better at the skill sets. I don't want you focusing on the result. I want you to be focusing on what are you doing, and are you feeling like you're getting better at it? Or are you literally saying the same thing over and over again, not like perfecting it, not building up your confidence? Does this make sense? Like, you should feel like you're improving. That's what I want you to focus on. You guys, you're all winners. And I want you to also know, even if you don't hit your brick, you're a winner for doing what you've done for your business this month. Okay. This is about you. It's about your journey. No one's looking down on you. No one's deciding anything about you other than you. So start telling yourself the right messages, because you belong. There's a place for you in this. And all of you guys are in different places. So you don't want to kid yourself and be frustrated if you've only done a few things, and be frustrated and be like, well, Arbonne's not working for me. Well, that would be a lie, because Arbonne does work. It's maybe you're not doing enough, right? So don't get down on it. Just be real and be like, okay, I just didn't do enough, or I didn't reach out enough to find out other creative ways that I could get to people. I didn't put my thinking cap on. But be careful of what you blame or excuse. This is you. This is you. Take 100% responsibility for you, and go and have the best last 3 days of a month you can possibly have, because it's going to blend into you having an amazing July. And the month is not over until it is over. The month is not over until it's over. You have somebody who wants to join your business. Make sure that they get started. Get them going. And it's just so important to get people going and moving on this, because this business is building and people are promoting and getting places, and you want people to have an opportunity to join you in business. So I believe in you. I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome night, or awesome rest of the week. It is the night, but, and I'm just super excited. I'm super excited about the end of this month, what all is coming in. What happens at the end of the month is crazy. It's my favorite. And get those orders in as much as you can on the 29th, though. Like, pretend like the 29th is the last day of the month. And just know that you're a champion. Would you start talking to yourself like you're a champion and acting acting like you're a champion, because that will make the difference. And thinking about this takes just as much energy as doing it. So just do it. Just do it. It will be so much better. Just do it. Put the gas up a little bit on your boat so that you are a water skier that is up above the water versus taking in water. Okay? I love you guys, and I will be talking to you in July. Woohoo!